them I can heal it. I go for the cast, I fall off a bass boat, and the concrete's very slow, and the concrete's very slow. All along the sidelines, bigger, I'm over the dash. I'm having a bad, bad soak, but the berries still to come. All along them I can hear you, I can hear, I can hear, I can hear, I can hear crying. I can hear cry. I can hear, I can hear, I can hear, I can hear crying. All along me I can hear you. I'd occupy that. Can't sit back though while you're forming that. On my mind our kids got bigger, but I'm climbing down the bastion now. You take me out to pasture now. Well, I won't be angry long. Well, I can't be angry long. We burnt up in my bed, standing on the mattress out. Lord, can't we just patch this up? And I cannot seem to carry it all. All along me I can hear me, I can hear, I can hear, I can hear, I can hear crying. I can hear cry. I can hear, I can hear, I can hear, I can hear crying. I can hear crying. I can hear, I can hear, I can hear, I can hear crying. I can hear cry. I can hear, I can hear, I can hear, I can hear crying. All around me I can't hear it. So what is gonna happen now? If you don't look away, what's left to point everything on now? There's someone
Robert and Amanda, as you stand here today before the universe, realize that you're preparing to celebrate one of life's greatest gifts and the depths of which you have only begun to explore. Your level of love and commitment is something that many seek, but not everyone finds. The bond you share is a rarity in this world, and its fruits are more valuable than any precious stone or metal. Marriage, of course, is more than a formal exchange of rings. It is a sacred and solemn promise to one another that no matter what, you're in this together. Life is full of surprises, both positive and negative. By nature, it's impossible to know what is around the next bend. However, with a trusted partner by your side, you may take the comfort in the unknown. Whatever storms may come to you, you'll weather together. Hence, your lives will become permanent and intertwined. The union you form today is built to withstand any and all challenges, through sorrow and joy, through failure and success, through despair and triumph. Your bond will preserve by the everlasting love that you share. With the vows exchanged today, you will both finalize this promise and begin a new life together. As we gather here, let us also recognize the seriousness of the occasion. Marriage is a profound, sincere commitment. Love is the soil from which life itself grows. As Carl Sagan famously wrote, "The world is so exquisite with so much love and moral depth. We should remain grateful every day for the brief but magnificent opportunities that your life provides. The sum of all of evolution, our thinking, and accomplishments is love."
To my dearest Amanda, I told the gentleman standing behind you that I would marry you the first week we started dating. It's actually true what they say, when you know, you know. 7 years later, I'm making good on my promise to marry you. It is hard finding the right words to explain to the love of your life in front of all the people that we love how important you are to me. So I will just say thank you. Thank you for being the greatest strength in my life. Thank you for always believing in me, pushing me to be a better man and future husband. Thank you for loving me so unconditionally. You are the greatest, you are the definition of patience, kindness, and love. Period. The only thing I ask, oh boy. The only thing I ask is that we love each other even when we hate each other. No running. And take care when old, senile, and smelly. And it's forever. So I'm going to sign my name. Ask you to say.
Robert, I waited so long for this day to come. I'm still in shock every day that I get to marry such a stud. You challenge me to live in the moment, seek adventure, and pour passion into every decision that I make. The greatest adventure yet has been our relationship. Falling in love one shot at a time at a beach bar in Florida, to countless nights belting out songs at our favorite dueling piano bar off Halifax, to catching foul balls at a baseball game to save my life, to moving our family to Oregon to start a new chapter, and to a future with lots of little dittos of our own. But I knew I was going to marry you way before any of that. The night that you asked me to go stargazing and I said no was the night that I knew I was going to bury you. You continued to text me and told me just to give you one shot. And after that day, that's when I knew. But I had to wait 2 more years for you to say I love you. And I definitely wasn't going to be first. Learning and growing with you by my side has me feeling like the luckiest girl in the world. I love the way that you love me. You just understand. You're wildly passionate and feisty. You're driven and incredibly intelligent. I have found my forever teammate. I promise to love you and challenge you to be the best man that you can be. The best version of me is the one that has you by my side. I promise to love you as hard as I'm meant to. You are my person. Robert, I am so glad that I get to call you my husband.
All right, Robert and Amanda, today you have made your sacred vows to finalize your union. To symbolize this new union, I invite each of you hold the sand in your hand is distinct as you pour it into the vessel. Gaze into the vessel and allow the sand within you to symbolize your individual life. Visualize every grain of sand as a moment in time, either one that has already came and gone or one that has yet to pass. This sand represents the waves over the course of time, every tribal and tribulation that has been thrown your way. By the same token, it also encapsulates your joys, your achievements, and your triumphs. All right, friends and family, by the power vested in me, I now formally pronounce Robert and Amanda, husband and wife. Robert, you may now kiss the bride.
there is you and me.
Nobody's baby but you and me.
Hey, my,
Nobody's baby but you and me.
If you love a soul more than fame and gold, and that soul feels the same about you, it's a natural fact, there's no turning back. And here's some advice to you. You've got to say it's
You and me. Nobody's baby but you and me.
Hey, my,
Nobody's baby but you and me. When love is real, you don't have to show it. When it is true, then everyone will know.
'cause there'll be no one but
You and me.
you.
and me. Nobody baby but you and me. Nobody baby but you and me.
You and me, baby.
Now the day is gone, and I sit alone and think of you, girl. What can I do without you in my life? Wondering if you love me or just making a fool of me. Well, I hope you understand. I just had to go back to the island, watch the sun go down, and watch the sun go down. Hear the sea roll in, listen to the sea roll in. I'll be thinking of you, yes, and I'll be thinking of you, and how it might have been, thinking how it might have been. Hear the night bird cry, watch the sunset down. Well, I hope you understand. I just had to go back to the island.
Alone in the kitchen, blue paint on her cheek. Everything's ready to go. Yeah, it's a boy. He's due next week. She's excited. Her heart's all aglow. She turns on the radio and she dances with her little man, spinning around, belly in hand, 'cause she knows there'll come a day and some lucky girl will dance in her place. She holds on as long as she can to her little man. She held that baby so tight in her arms. One day she blinked, he was grown. Those first steps together, they filled up her heart as he heads off to his senior prom. She says, how about a dance with Mom? And she dances with her little man, spinning around, hand in hand, 'cause she knows there'll come a day and some lucky girl will dance in her place. She holds on as long as she can to her little man.
How about a round of applause for the beautiful couple, Robert and Amanda? One more time. And a round of applause for Mr. Robin back there. Did a great job today marrying these two. Sure did. Got a couple notes here. Let me pull this out. Let me find it. So I can stay on track. My best friend for my whole life was born lucky enough to have a best friend right away, and couldn't be luckier to have this guy right here next to me right here. We had a saying about Robert in our family growing up. It's a classic saying. You got a guess of what it could be? He could talk a dog off of a meat truck, couldn't he? About whatever the dog wants to talk about. I like to imagine it in my head. Robert, as a child, sitting on a meat truck with a dog, filling him in about conspiracy theories, the chemtrails, his political views, what this dog wants to do with his life. And you know what? The dog ends up jumping off the truck because he's heard enough from Robert. And you know who's still on the truck? Robert and Amanda driving the truck, this meat truck with Robert on it. So that was our saying about Robert growing up. Could talk a dog off a meat truck, talk to you about anything, anytime, anybody, anywhere. And it's inspired me as a kid, seeing my brother talk to anybody, anytime, anywhere, to talk more to people and ask people what they're about, what they're inspired by, what their passions are, what they think about, political views, world topics, current events. What do you want to hear? What do you want to hear? What do you want to talk about? What you got to say? I have an opinion on everything. And I'll let you know mine first, for sure. Like I said, I was lucky enough to be born into a family with a big brother who is my best friend, carrying me the whole way, my best friend, and lead me through my whole life. Lucky enough to have two older sisters growing up, showing me the ropes, how to talk to girls, how to dance with girls, what to say, what not to say. Still working on it, obviously. But also lucky enough to have been surrounded by so many good representations of love. And I love a quote that somebody said. I don't know who said it, so I'm saying it. There's no two loves alike. Every single love is different. Every single couple is different. They have their different ways of communicating and loving on each other and arguing with each other, what may come about. So I got a list here of all the lucky people I was lucky enough to be surrounded by growing up, showing me representations of how to love on one another, how to be, because as the baby of the family, I'm constantly watching everybody, listening to everybody. How does everybody work together? What do they go about? How do they do things? So I'll start from the top with Mr. Mamu and Pops, who are no longer with us, but started this whole family and filled this room up full of 60 to 70 people. They were married 65 years, got married at 17 years old, did it the right way, the old school way. Chuck and Judy on my mom's side of the family, did what they did the right way, were hilarious the whole time through everything. Of course, Aunt Cheryl, Aunt Drexel, the comedic relief to everything, have been so sweet all the time. Of course, my mom and dad couldn't be a better representation of how love works. And you figure it out, and you love each other every day, and it inspires me to find what you guys have, and I could only be lucky enough to have half of what you guys have right now. And without you guys, this room wouldn't be filled with all these lovely people looking at me right now, staring me in the face. So, glad you did it. My two aunts who aren't here, my two lesbian aunts, who are probably out shooting guns somewhere in the country, showing me, like I said, all the many different forms of love in all different ways. However you come about it, it works out for you and you'll find your person out there. if you're going to be shooting guns out in the woods with whoever, you find that person no matter what. Mr. Carl and Julia, of course, grew up with them in our family. They coached me and my brother growing up in baseball and soccer and all of that. And we'll never forget, how they've shown me how to love on one each other, and how Mr. Carl is Mr. Carl through and through, and he hugs me every time he sees me, calls me brother. So what do I do when I see any one of my friends? I hug him and I call him my brother, because Mr. Carl shows me how to love on somebody that isn't in your family and treat somebody how they want to be treated.
Amen, brother.
My other sister, Candace and Colin, have been excellent. Met in college, went and lived their lives, didn't date right away, met, back up when they're in their 30s, got married, and did it the right way, how they wanted to do it. So just another form of how it turns out and works out for the better, of course. Everything works out for the better. My sister, Michelle, and her beautiful girlfriend, Addie, couldn't be luckier to have them too. Couldn't be luckier to have Addie. Never seen Michelle happier in my life. So seeing her beam and smile every time I see her has a little something to do with Addie, of course. So thank you for that. Cool. And of course, these two, Rob and Amanda, inspiring me every day. Seeing how they do and seeing how they go about things, inspiring each other to do what they do. Rob inspiring Amanda to run 35 miles at a time for some reason, Rob will text me, she's just ran 20 miles. What did you do today? I'm like, fucking lacing my... That's one. I told myself no cussing, and it slipped a little bit. I didn't even say the G at the end. Running 30 miles a day, and I'm like, I guess I got to lace up, and I'll go run a mile, and I'll tell him, hey, just ran a mile. Look at me, huh? I felt good about it. Yeah, well, Amanda just did 30. Amanda inspiring Robert to be the big moofy buff he is, inspiring him to move across the country from his family, and enjoy their lives out there with her family, because whenever she was in college, of course, she was away from her family and she was with our family while she was at UWF in Pensacola. So they switched places, and that's the way it's supposed to go. You inspire each other to do what you need to do. Let's move across the country and be with your family. Let's do that, because we need to do that. You need to spend your time with your family, what you're doing right now. So you did it the right way. And of course, Amanda inspiring Robert to play video games, play Apex with the boys whenever we want, always on, lit, can't beat it. Rob inspiring Amanda to be so excellent in her career and climbing the ladder from teacher to administration to vice principal. Like, you can't beat that. So I'd like to end it by saying I couldn't be luckier to have you two, and couldn't be luckier to have a third sister now in the family who I can look up to and be inspired by every day, and to motivate me to lace my shoes and go take that mile run, because I look like a bum if I don't do it. So one more round of applause for Robert and Amanda. Woo! We'll raise a glass to everybody. Take a cheers to Robert and Amanda. The first time Rob and Amanda ditto. Cheers, everybody.
Hello, everyone. So, Amanda, I've cried all week trying to write this. So I'm going to try and keep it together, but there's just a lot of love for you guys, and I can't hold it in. All right. Ever since the moment I was born, you have taken me under your wing. I can't do this. As if I was your little baby. Changing my diapers, feeding me a scoop of baby food, one for me, one for you, one for me, one for you. You taught me how to ride a bike, how to swim, how to talk to boys, how to hang out. I've always looked up to you. I couldn't feel more lucky to have such a great role model like you in my life to look up to. Our mom always says that if someone copies you, it just means that it's the biggest compliment. And not to be worried about that. That just means they want to be like you. And Amanda, I've always wanted to be just like you. I played the same sports as you, wore all of your hand-me-downs proudly. I still steal your clothes and out of your closet and borrow them.
You went to UWF, moved to Florida. I took one look down there and said, yeah, I'm going to go there too. You worked at Margaritaville. I said, yeah, that's a pretty nice place to work too. Work there too. I could go on and on. Obviously, I love my sister and want to be just like her. You're an amazing role model, and I'm so lucky to have you in my life. I've never seen you happier than when you're with Robert. The way that you laugh so hard, and you're glowing in his presence. It lets me know that you two are truly soulmates and truly in love. I think that I can speak for a lot of us that Amanda and Rob are caring, compassionate, and just next level with everything that they do. When I had broke my leg, I stayed at Amanda and Robert's house for weeks, and I couldn't get out of bed. I was in bed rest, and Amanda made me a menu with all the snacks I could get and a snack kiosk with everything I needed with my medication and everything. And there was even a bell system, and if I needed anything, I could just ring that bell, and Robert would be right in my room bringing me a sandwich or whatever I needed, an ice pack, anything, no questions asked. Then they've done that for so many other people. I'm sure you guys have stories like that too, where they've dropped everything to just be there for you. And so tonight we get to be there for them. So 43 of the best people get to be here celebrating you and all your love that you've done for all of us. All I want is for Amanda to be happy. And I know that Amanda is damn happy with you, Robert. So let's raise our glasses and give a big cheer to a Mr. and Mrs. Ditto.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ditto wedding. Can I get a cheers for Robert and Amanda? Robert and Amanda, you have two fine sets of parents, Eric and Audrey, Mark and Kathy. Wonderful examples. It's hard to follow what was already said, but that's what it's about, folks. It's about family. And look, I'm not making projections, but I already know you guys are going to be the greatest parents in the world. Wonderful mother, wonderful father. Love you guys. Salute to family.
Oh, we couldn't be more thankful for everyone making the trip and the travels and the chaos and that damn airport and those terminals and the crazy people and the the crazy people in the drive. So we're just so glad all you guys can make it and all the stress and the hassle and the time. But this is just the best evening ever, and it all worked out. And now you guys can hear me way better. Thank you guys so much. I hope the food is amazing. Thank you for the speeches, Dallas, Carl, and Andy. That was so sweet. Jesus, Amanda's gonna say something. Thank you guys.
So same thing, just wanted to thank you all. Super personal that you made the long trip to be here for us. I don't think that we've ever felt so loved in our whole life, and we couldn't have done it with you guys being here with us. It means a lot. We especially definitely want to thank our parents. Audrey and Kathy, you have done so much to help us out, and Mark and Eric, just everything with the organizing, everything to get us here. We couldn't do it without you. But to everybody, just thank you for making the trip to make this happen for us, and let's have some shots and have some fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo. I'm levitating. The Milky Way. We're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm levitating. come on dance with me. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night, come on dance with me. I got you, you want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating.